Hey guys, it's your girl Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, where we teach you how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working your way up from the bottom. During this show, you will hear solo episodes from me, where I'll show you how I have landed and negotiated 5- and 6-figure speaking contracts and licensing deals. You'll also hear from our amazing guests who have grown enormous speaking businesses by utilizing sales and marketing principles that work. If you want to grow your speaking business, listen to this podcast, and then afterwards, head on over to ashleynicolekirkwood.shop and grab my book, Speak Your Way to Cash, How to Start at the Top of the Speaking Market Instead of Working Your Way Up from the Bottom. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Hey, y'all. What's up to the Speak Your Way to Cash family? It's Ashley Kirkwood back again with another podcast episode. But this time, guys, I am actually going to let you listen in to a live video that I recorded. Now, if you're listening to this live video on the podcast and you're like, oh, I want to join your next live, I want to ask you questions, I want to be able to get feedback about my business, then you have to follow me on Instagram at The Ashley Nicole Show, and make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page, all right? Make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page because that's where I go live. I also sometimes go live in the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group, but enough about that. Even though you may have missed it live, you're about to hear it again. So listen into this live episode and let me know what you think. You can always send me an email to ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. Let's listen in. Hello. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Ashley Kirkwood, and I am the host of the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. I'm also the founder of a company called Speak Your Way to Cash, where I, alongside my incredible husband, run a company that helps speakers, entrepreneurs, experts, and authors to grow their businesses utilizing speaking either as a stream of revenue or as a marketing tool. And so I am really excited to be here with you all today to kind of talk about how you can explode your Q4 results. And for those of you who don't know, it is October. Welcome to October 2022. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to October. And so we are officially in Q4, right? And so just to explain this, because we have some people who are at different stages of entrepreneurship. A lot of the companies that I used to work at were on a system where they looked at their results in terms of quarters. So from January to December. So Q1 is January, February, March. Q2 is April, May, and June. Q3 is July, August, September. Q4 is October, November, and December. So right now we are in the beginning of Q4. And this is a time where companies are finalizing, they're looking at their numbers. They are analyzing whether they need to enhance their strategy, improve the amount of activities they're doing to reach their goals. They're analyzing what investments they need to make in order to be to move further along this year and next year. They're planning for next year. They're looking at their hiring practices and seeing where they need to scale up and scale down. And all of that is happening in Q4. And so all of that should be happening for you as well. Now, I believe that there is still a lot of time to make 2022 the best year yet. And for years, my company, Speak Your Way to Cash, was on a business model where we made the bulk of our revenue in Q4. We didn't do a lot of activities the rest of the year, but like Q4 is when we go all out. That's when we serve our clients at our deepest level by hosting our Speak Your Way to Cash live event. And so there's a lot of opportunity to do a lot in Q4. And so for you, let me know, like, are you planning any launches? If you're planning a launch for Q4, drop launch. If you are planning a big push to acquire some clients, drop new in the chat. And for those of you listening on the podcast, just, send me an email. Send me an email if you have something big planned for Q4, because we want to hear about it. But the most important thing that I want you all to recognize is, even though we're in the last 3 months of 2022, and can you believe it? I think this year went incredibly fast. We are in the last 3 months of 2022, but this can still be your best year yet. This can still be your best year yet. There's still plenty of time for you to make this quarter the best quarter of all the quarters of the year. And I know this to be the case. Like, literally, y'all, for the past 2 or 3 years, our Q4 revenue surpassed the revenue that we did for like the previous 3 quarters of the year. So if you're out there and you ain't loving 2022 yet from a revenue perspective, you still have a lot of time to make this your best year yet. So do not give up on this year. Don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till next year to hit my goals." Like, this can still be your year of greatness. If you believe that, drop "I believe" in the chat. Drop "I believe" in the chat. And so what I want to talk about today are like 3 ways that you all can really blow your Q4 out of the water. Okay. So if you're ready for these 3 ways, drop a number 3. And shout out to all of y'all that attended the Black Women Sales Summit. If you attended the Black Women Sales Summit, drop a me in the chat. Like, if you attended it and you absolutely loved it and you're listening to this on the podcast, please send us an email. And shout out to our YouTube family out there who has been rocking and rolling with us and subscribing to our YouTube channel and kind of enjoying our content via that platform. We have some cool things coming to y'all. But literally, you guys, like, the Black Women Sales Summit that we did was off the chain. We did it last week. It was called Sell Your Way to Cash, the Black Women Sales Playground. And it was really a summit to uplift, encourage, and inspire those women who like me have to overcome so much in order to thrive in entrepreneurship and in business in general. And there were so many breakthroughs that happened. We welcome so many new Speak Your Way to Cash family members into our community. Shout out to y'all who are new here, but now our family due to coming to the summit. Shout out to everyone who's coming to the live event. If you're watching this and you're coming to live, drop live in the chat. Let me know. And for everyone who does not have their ticket to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, you are tripping. You do not have long to get your tickets. All ticket sales in a matter of weeks. But tonight at midnight, that code SUMMIT totally expires, never to come back again. So if you want to use code SUMMIT, you have until tonight at midnight to do that and really get the benefits of that. All right. So I'm seeing the 3s come through in the chat. I'm seeing some lives come through. Shout out to our Speak Your Way to Cash live event family. It's going to be off the chain. So today, here's what we're talking about. How do we make Q4 the best quarter yet? What are we doing to ensure that Q4 is our best quarter yet? So number one is clarity. You got to get really clear about what you aim to achieve in Q4. And let me explain, because a lot of people think of it narrowly. Number one, what are your revenue goals for Q4? You got to know what that revenue goal is. That way, and here's what revenue does for us. When we know, like, we want to achieve a certain revenue marker and we're not hitting it, then I know that I can amp up my activities to match that revenue marker. But like, if you aren't dialed into that, then you don't even know, like, your activities have to follow your goals. So if I know this is our goal, we ain't hitting it yet, we here, then I need to amp up my activities so that I can try to reach that goal, right? So that's why it's really important to have a revenue goal. But then I have another goal. What do I want to learn before the end of the year? What skill sets do I need to acquire before the end of the year? So I have for us, it's like, all right, what's our revenue goal? We know that. What do I want to learn? What skill sets do I want to acquire before the end of the year? And then 3, over above revenue and learning, what are our team goals? Like, who needs to be on my team so that we can provide a high level of service to the people that we're bringing in by way of client acquisition. So if I know we want to get 100 new clients, we want to welcome 100 new clients into our programs, okay, great. Who's going to serve those people? So as we ramp up our client acquisition, like the amount of people that we're able to serve, we also want to make sure that we have a goal for team members that we can hire, so that as we acquire those clients, our team building capacity is also growing with the amount of people we have to serve. That way everyone stays happy. So that's the 3 areas that I think about goal setting for Q4. And honestly, you guys, we goal set a year in advance. However, we have to keep reevaluating those goals as real data comes in. So what I mean by real data is, at the beginning of the year, we may say, hey, this is our goal. This is how many clients we want to serve. This is how we're going to acquire clients. This is what we're going to do. But as we start looking at the numbers and we're like, whoa, we're doing way better than we anticipated, those goals need to be reevaluated. When I first started my business, y'all, the biggest mistake I made was setting goals and then shelving them. Has anyone been guilty of this? Drop guilty. But like you set these goals in January or maybe the November before or December before, and then you don't consistently reevaluate your anticipated goals based upon what's actually happening. The actual clients you're getting, the actual data that's coming in, the actual ad costs that you're seeing, the actual clients delivery costs that you're seeing. Like if you're not constantly reevaluating those goals, you risk having a year that like where you're not achieving what you wanted to achieve because you just set the goal and then you shelved it. Has anyone been guilty of this? Like shelving your goals? Like you said it, but then like you don't really reevaluate it. Drop guilty in the chat. Or let me know if I'm alone. I don't know. Maybe y'all perfect. Y'all set y'all goals. You don't got no problems with it. Okay. So number one is you want the clarity, right? You want the clarity. And I wish I could be at the whiteboard, but like it's just me and I don't want to mess up the vibe of all this. But literally, and yeah. So what I'll say is if you set a goal, you realize you're not reaching the goal, your response has to be to increase your activity. And you increase your activity in two ways. One, I'm going to increase the amount of marketing and sales activities that I'm doing on a daily basis. And then I'm also going to increase the amount of information that I'm learning to develop my skill sets. Because here's what starts to happen, y'all. We set our goals at one point in time, but as the industry shifts, as the world shifts, like we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So as the market shifts, we need to respond to those market changes. That's how you're going to reach your goals, stay flexible, stay nimble, and be able to respond to market demand. So you can't just set a goal and shelf it. You have to keep reevaluating and re-anticipating the needs of your clients as those things evolve. All right. So I'm seeing some guilties. Shout out to you, VJ, for not leaving me out there. Shout out to you, Nicole, for not leaving me out there as well. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Okay. So number one is clarity. You're going to reach your Q4 goals by having a level of clarity. Clarity is critical. Now, for those of you out there, it's like, I don't have clarity. I know that I want to do some things. I don't really know how I should do it. I don't really know what I should think about. One, don't sell yourself short. I really want you to engage in the exercise of thought. Like, what do I genuinely desire? What do I genuinely desire? You can do this, y'all. You can do this. But a lot of people look at the end of the year and they say to themselves, okay, this isn't going to work for me. And because the year is almost over, it's not going to work for me. And so they don't do anything. And I want to really illustrate to you all this point because I think it's really important. And I may be able to do it via a Google Doc. I'm so spoiled by the whiteboard. I'm like, man, I really wish I could use that all the time. All right. But here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna share this I'm gonna share my screen with you all. Okay. So if you're if you're watching this on Facebook, then I'm literally sharing my screen. If you're listening to this on the podcast, check out this video on YouTube. And you'll be able to see what I'm sharing. But here's how Q4 fails for you. Like, not for you. It ain't gonna fail for none of y'all, but this is how people have it fail. Okay. So we use a framework called the currency of confidence, mindset, beliefs, and actions, right? And literally, this is what the currency of confidence is. That's my signature speech. I'm going to tell you all how this works. But whenever I'm trying to figure out how to goal set, and thank you so much, Journey to Wonderland. I appreciate that. When I'm trying to figure out a goal that I want to set, I run everything through the currency of confidence framework. And I want to show you all how it works because this is really important and it'll help with clarity. So let's say the currency of confidence is literally my formula for my proprietary formula for increasing your level of confidence. And I believe that your results are sometimes directly correlate to your level of confidence. So the M stands for, it's called the currency of confidence. We have a registered trademark for it, boop, boop, and the MBA framework. We have a trademark for that too. So the M stands for mindset. The M stands for mindset. The B stands for beliefs, and the A stands for actions. So this is how a lot of people approach Q4. They have, like, your mindset literally is the thoughts. We have 70,000 thoughts per day. For most people, they're overwhelmingly negative. But let's say your thought about Q4 is this. And I'm going to duplicate this because we're going to do it twice. Y'all are seeing some behind the scenes stuff. Okay. And by the way, you have until midnight to buy your ticket for the event to use code Summit if you decide to buy it. That way you can be there and join me in November live, etc. But okay, so we got mindset. So let's say your thought is this year is almost over. Like this is a thought a lot of people have about the year. So what is the belief that is if you keep thinking this year is almost over, this year is almost over, then the belief is I don't have enough time to increase my revenue for the year. If you genuinely believe this, then what actions are going to result from this belief system? Well, you start planning for next year. Um, and avoid any attempts to improve your actions for this year. You stop pushing for growth this year. You stop spending on marketing, right? Like there's all these things that can result from this faulty belief system. So this year is almost over. Then the belief that forms from that is I don't have enough time to increase my revenue by the end of the year. And then your actions are you start planning for next year and you literally avoid any attempts to grow your revenue or plan for this year. I do think this is a good time to plan for next year, but I also think there is still time to plan and to grow this year. Like if you desire to grow this year, you have more than enough time to grow this year. And so the thought process that I think the alternative thought process that I would encourage everyone to lean into is there's plenty of time to grow this year. You believe your belief system. This quarter, a belief system that we have is I can make more. Why is my typing not wanting me to be great? I can make more this quarter than we have made all year. And so with this belief system, the actions that I'm going to take is I'm going to increase marketing spend. I'm going to read books on sales and marketing. I'm going to continue lead generation, right? I'm going to continue lead generation. And in addition to continuing lead generation, I am going to develop my skill sets. And I'm going to invite clients to work with me. Now, these actions are generally your actions are a result of what you believe. I don't believe people, I don't what you say doesn't tell me what you believe. What you do tells me what you believe. Literally. It is it is it is what you do that tells me what you believe. So if you believe Q4 is going to be excellent for you, then every day you're waking up excited about it being the last quarter. If you believe this is going to be the best quarter of your entire year thus far, then you're waking up every morning and you are just getting after it because you know this quarter can do great things for you. And so the first step of getting clarity is to check your thoughts and your beliefs about this year because those beliefs submit into your actions. So your thoughts form your beliefs form your actions. You don't move without a belief system for it. The reason you're on Facebook right now and you're live right now is maybe because you got my email about being live and you're like, hey, I believe she's going to be live. So I show up. But if I never showed up when I told you all I was going to show up, you all wouldn't be here. Why? Because you wouldn't believe that I would show up. So why waste your time? And so many of us are stuck in this cycle with our actions where we're like, we're not showing up for our business the way we know we need to show up for our business because we don't believe it'll be successful. And so we're telling ourselves, why would I waste my time? And so the first thing you need to do is make sure that every single thought you have, to the degree that you can control it, aligns with the belief system that will move you to act in the way that will guarantee the result that you want. That's really, really, really critically important. So when it comes to clarity, you want to check your confidence and make sure you aren't leaving goals on the table that you should be going after just because your belief system isn't right. All right. So over and above that. So we talked about clarity. Number 2 thing you need to make Q4 better than all the other quarters that you've had thus far is commitment. Commitment. And for many of us, it's recommitment. Somebody drop commitment in the chat. Somebody drop commitment in the chat. Like some of us, it's recommitment, but for some of us, it's commitment. Like literally, y'all, I don't care if you have not been consistent this entire year to this point. This is the time to recommit to your goals, get consistent, and start aligning all of your actions with the goals that you desire. Literally, you got to have a commitment. Like we're talking to our team right now. We're like, do y'all still believe we could do this? Do you still believe this is going to be the best Speak Your Way to Cash Live we've ever hosted? Do you still believe we're going to get clients more results than we've ever gotten them before? We've already done that this year. Do you still believe that there are people out there that don't know about us, who need to know about us for their lives to get better? Because that is the thing. Like we have to commit to our goals. Like commit to our goals. The same way we commit to brushing our teeth every day, the same way we commit to taking care of our bills, the same way we commit to loving our families, loving ourselves, loving our spouses, loving our kids. We need to commit to our business because it's not fair for us to place demands on something that we won't commit to. It's not fair. And it doesn't really work. Honestly, it just doesn't work. If you have a low level of commitment, it will have a low level of commitment to you. One of the books I'm reading right now, I don't want to get the name wrong, but I do want to give y'all this book. I'm reading so many books right now, by the way. It is such a joy, but I'm reading so many books. Okay, so I'm reading this book by Dan Kennedy. Some of the stuff he agrees with, some of the stuff I don't. Some of the stuff I agree with him, some of the things I don't, but I do really like most of his content. But what the book that I'm reading by him right now is No BS Wealth Attraction in the New Economy. And it's literally 20 plus rules of like rules that will help you to attract wealth into your life. And it's very practical, more practical than a lot of other books I've read on like money mindset and stuff like that. But what I love about the book is he talks in plain language, no holds bars, gives it to you straight about what you need to do in order to attract wealth into your life. And one of the things that he talks about in this book is like, if you basically, wealth is attracted to the brave. Like he's like, wealth is attracted to the brave. You need to be able to commit, even if it means other people won't respect it, even if it means you may look foolish, even if it means you're putting yourself out there and you don't know whether or not you'll achieve it. And other people can say you're not going to do it or you're not going to make it or it won't work for you. You still need to commit. You still need to commit. And when I say commit, I want you all to commit to what we talked about in step 1. So commit to those goals, your revenue goals, what you're going to learn, and also the team that you're going to build. Recommit to those things so that you can achieve what you want to achieve in life. So commitment is really, really important. Really, really important. Not, oh, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I will accomplish in Q4. Is anybody bold enough to write, like, what are some of your goals for Q4? What's your rev goal? What do you want to learn? And what are your team goals? You can give us any one of those things in the chat. Like, just get it out there. Get it out there. Be brave, be bold, drop it in the chat. Let your family hold you accountable. The Speak Your Way to Cash fam, we're down for that. Like, what do you want to achieve? What are you willing to commit to? When you're committed to something, what it literally means is you are willing to negate some of your desires in order to achieve a particular result. When you commit to something, you're willing to negate some of your desires in order to achieve a particular result. We're not curious, we're committed. Curiosity is like, interesting. I'll dabble, I'll learn a little bit. But commitment is like, oh, I'm doing this. This is what I will achieve. This is what I will do. And so commitment is so critically important. Committing to 50K in Q4, hiring a VA and commit to building my group to 500. Let's go. Like literally, what are you committed to? Because Q4 is game time, y'all. Like this quarter. First off, I'm so excited about Q4 every year because Q4 is the quarter that I get to host Speak Your Way to Cash Live. And this event, y'all don't even understand. We prepare for this event for the entire year. Like all year is leading up to us serving the folks that will be at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. And every single year, that event is like the kickoff point for people who, like, there are people who come to that event like, I kind of want to land a contract. I kind of want to get paid to speak. I kind of want to learn how to dominate the sales process. And they leave on fire. and they go off and get a huge result. Like every year it happens. Every year we have multiple people that come back and they're like, yo, left that event, landed this. Left that event, landed that. And you all have heard from many of them all year. 60K contracts, 70K contracts. Chris just heard from someone who got like over a $90,000 contract after attending the event. And so I'm always excited about the light bulbs that'll go off. And I'm excited about the people that I get to like pour into for 3 days. And the folks who are like, yo, this is my family. This is where I want to be. I'm going to join your mastermind. I'm going to work with you further. I'm going to sit under your tutelage for the next 12 months and just really blow the roof off this thing. Like, so that's the year where we really get to connect and see and feel our community. So I'm always amped for Q4. It's like my favorite quarter because of that. But in addition to that, like, it's also just a dope time because you're seeing the results of what you've done all year. Okay. So commitment is really important. You got to commit to those goals that you make after you get clarity. But then this is a big one. Quick question. Will you let me coach you for 3 days? Look, I know that it will be life-changing. I have seen it with my own eyes. So I want you to join me at Speak Your Way to Cash Live 2021, November 4th through the 6th. It's a hybrid event and it's our 6th one, okay? I'm not trying these strategies out on you all. I'll be teaching you what you need to land 5- and 6-figure corporate speaking contracts, grow your speaking business, sell to large and medium-sized corporations as well as colleges, and get the press that you need to start getting some of those inbound inquiries that everyone wants. We'll cover pitching. We'll cover press. We'll cover assembling your proposal and proposal writing. We'll make sure that we also cover how to deliver a rock-solid speech, develop your framework, and guess what, guys? If you've attended in the past, this year is 100% new content, same focus. All right. So I want you to join me there. And if you get a VIP ticket, you can meet me live. We will be live and in person in Chicago, Illinois. And so come on in. We have various safety protocols to keep everyone safe, but it's going to be one of the best investments you make in your life. And our reviews tell us that is a 100% truth. All right. So if you want to come, just go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event. Speakyourwaytocash.com/event, because I want to coach you for 3 days and help you to start speaking your way to cash. Talk to you soon, guys. Let's get back to this episode. And I'm going to get, if y'all want a bonus, drop bonus. I think I'm going to give y'all a bonus one. But this is a big one. Part 3. Execute, but execute as a matter of service. Here's what I realized this year. True Stone says, I'm looking forward to Speak Your Way to Cash Live more than Christmas. Like, it's better. It's better than most Christmases, okay? Like, the knowledge we drop in, you're going to be able to have some good Christmases for years to come. But commit to, so part 3 of this is execution as service. This was the thing that I realized, y'all, that I did not take into account. This is what I did not take into account. This year, we committed to serving our community on a deeper level than we've ever committed to serving our community before. Like, we were like, we're doing a launch every month. We're putting out something new every month for the Speak Your Way to Cash community. And sometimes we're going to put out 2 things a month. And what started to happen was we just were committing to serving. We were like, we're just going to serve. This year, we're going to serve. We're going to push the limits of our team. We're going to get people on board. We're going to do summits. We're going to do challenges. We're going to do masterclass. Like, we were like, let's serve. Let's find our people. Let's make sure that every single speaker that we can find, every single entrepreneur that we can find that should be in our community knows about us. Because some of you guys are incredible. Like, you're literally some of the brightest people walking this planet. And the only reason why your business hasn't exploded is because enough people don't know about you. But once they know about you, it's game over. Once they know about you, they're going to work with you. They're going to invest in you. They're going to invest in themselves. They're going to see themselves on a higher level, and they're going to grow. And the great thing about growth, y'all, this is why it's critical that you all market your business, that you all sell more services, because once you do, what happens is, if I can change one person's life and that person is a part of a family, you don't just show up differently in business, you show up differently in life. Like, our clients aren't just more confident for their business. They are more confident in life. They aren't just wealthy as it relates to business. They become wealthy in life. They live a wealthy, purposeful life. And for many of you, you sell services or products that will help people not to have a better business, but to have a better holistic life. And it's critically important that we get our messages out to the world so that we can help more people have this great life because of a concept called ripple impact. If I impact VJ, VJ goes back home, VJ impacts her whole family. Now they're impacted, they're empowered, they go impact their workplaces, their schools, their churches, their communities. And so there's a ripple of impact that happens. And so often we lose steam and we lose encouragement because we're just looking at the one person that showed up to our event or the 50 people that showed up to our event. And we're not looking at the tens of hundreds of thousands of people that are impacted through ripple impact. Now, why do I even tell you all this? You may think that you not being consistent only impacts your revenue. It does not. When you execute on a high level consistently, what you are doing is you're serving your audience and your community on a high level. And so don't look at execution like, oh, I have to do all this stuff to grow my revenue. That is like a byproduct. The reason you want to execute on a high level is because when you do that, you allow your clients to get higher results. You allow your audience to know your voice. You allow them to figure out if you are or aren't for them, and you are literally serving. Now, as a result, your revenue should go. Your revenue should grow 100%. But we think about this all wrong. We're like, oh, if I don't make a post today on Instagram, like I'm just not being consistent, so my revenue is suffering. No. I look at it like if I don't show up and serve, I'm not being consistent. So my audience isn't getting what they need that I have. So my audience isn't able to take advantage of the knowledge that I've spent decades learning. So my level of service and impact is impaired. It's not just about revenue. It's literally about the lives that are changed and transformed forever. Because guess what, y'all? I can't repo knowledge. You can't unlearn what you've learned. Like, I'm not going to come to your house in 10 years and repo the information you get coming to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. I'm not. Like, you get to keep that forever. So sure, there's a transaction, but the fact that there's a transaction involved does not negate the fact that it's still a blessing, that it's still an answered prayer, that it's still someone's miracle. And we need to get over that fact because it's stopping us from going to the heights we need to go through. If you're driving through the desert, praying for gas, Lord, I need a gas station, please, give me a gas station, please. And then you see a gas station, you're saying, amen, hallelujah. The fact that the gas station owner requires you to pay for gas makes it no less of a blessing. It's a blessing because it is there. So, like, I don't know where we learned that, like, the transaction of it all negates the fact that you are the answer to someone's prayer. It does not. That is just a consequential fact. Like, yeah, you pay for knowledge, whatever. That is what it is. But what we have to be focused on is executing as a matter of service. Because most people, believe it or not, are not motivated by money. They're just not. But maybe the mental shift of I am executing because I'm serving. I'm executing because this is the way that I am going to serve the world. This is the message that I want to get out to the world because I know it makes people's lives better. Maybe that will help you to be more consistent. Execution is service. Think of execution as service and something that you need to do right away. Like, that's critically important. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Like, this is what we're doing. It's Q4, y'all. Get excited. Get excited. Now, here's what's really going to bless y'all. I believe. I don't know. Let me know if it does. This is the bonus. If y'all ready, drop yes in the chat. This revelation was huge for me, y'all. What I'm about to tell you guys. This revelation literally changes the way my body experiences challenges. Okay, this is a big one. This is what I realized recently. And my dad always says, like, if I can't figure out where something came from and it's good, like, he just attributes it to the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to say this is from the Holy Spirit. But this is the revelation that I came to. If everyone walking this earth has something in their life that someone else would consider a problem, right? Like, everyone has something in their life that someone else would probably consider a problem. However, what I realize is the difference between highly successful individuals and those that are still trying to figure it out pre-success is interpretation. Like, I've been thinking about, why is it that some people will come into our programs, first contract 50K, first contract 60K, first contract like $100,000 in 6 months? Like, what is the difference between them and everyone else? What is the difference between people that come in guns blazing, attitude right, getting results, growing their business, learning like, what is the difference between them and everyone else? And the difference is interpretation. If I were to give 50 people the same one-page article to read, and let's say that article was about how to grow your business, all 50 people would have a different level of interpretation. And what I realize is that this is big. Lean into this, y'all. We have the power to interpret problems as obstacles, or we have the ability to interpret problems as future skills. Here's how I'm redefining problems for my life. And if you want to, you can adopt this. I'm not going to charge y'all for this. You get to keep this. I am redefining problems as a temporary stumbling block that has the potential to convert into a skill set. A problem, once overcome, becomes a skill. Check this out. If right now in your business, you don't know how to market your business, you don't know how to get people to learn about you, you don't understand how to use ads, whatever the case may be. Let's say your problem is, I don't know how to get more eyes on my offer. That's your problem. You can either say, this is an obstacle. I don't know how to get more eyes on my offer. This will not work. This isn't going to work for me. I don't know how to do this. This is a big deal. This is why I'm not making any money. Hard stop. That is how you have, this is how you have interpreted that problem. But for me, I would look at that problem and I'm like, okay, this problem has the potential to convert into a skill set once I learn to overcome it. The good news about this reinterpretation, this reimagining of our problems in our lives, is that now every single problem that you see in your business has the opportunity to be a skill set that propels you forward in your business. You don't have to let it stay a problem. Are y'all getting this? Like, if this is making sense, drop yes in the chat. Because for me, this was everything. Because I was like, yo, anything I don't know how to do in my business has the opportunity to become a skill set once I've mastered it. I'm not really good at, like, for me, one of the problems we had last year was our business was growing faster than we could hire. And I didn't have time to sit in dozens of interviews. And I was struggling because I was like, first of all, we need to hire. Second of all, I don't have time to do all these interviews. Third of all, who's going to train all these people? And so I saw it as a problem. And for a long while, I allowed that problem, not that long, but too long, I allowed that problem to be something that stopped me from hiring until I realized, Ashley, you can't grow no big business without hiring humans. Name $1 billion company that doesn't have any employees. Impossible, girl. So then I was like, oh, okay, this isn't something I can stew on. This is something I must overcome in order to reach the goal. Because what? We got clarity on our goal. I'm committed to the vision. So I have to execute as a right of service. I can't serve my people well if I don't hire. So I don't have a choice. I got to overcome this problem. So what I did was, once I realized I had to overcome the problem and I realized that I could, we ended up hiring a recruiter. And every single week, the recruiter does all our interviews. And she keeps a running list of all the people we've interviewed, who's great, who she thinks should move on. She keeps all their notes. She links to all of the information on the people. And so whenever we need to fill a position, we have a whole spreadsheet, a whole hiring database of people that we've interviewed. Like, literally, we had to figure out that problem. So now we have a skill set. Now, my skill set may not be that now I'm the recruiter, but my skill set is I now know how to hire recruiters. We now have an HR system. Now this is a skill set. And how do we leverage this skill set? Well, when we bring in our mastermind clients and they start landing these contracts and now they're too busy to hire, I now have the skill of knowing how to hire a recruiter and I can help them with that skill set as well. You see what I mean? Every single problem has the ability to become a skill set for you that you can then leverage for your future. But the only way you start seeing problems as potential skill sets or as future skill sets is by determining that your problem, that you are bigger than your problems. You are bigger than every single problem. And for me, it's like either I am bigger than my problem and I can think through it, or God is bigger than all problems and I have access to him. So either way, we're bigger than our problems. And so whatever you believe in, your belief system, I don't really care like what your religion is. I do believe, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. It's worked out really well for my life. I wouldn't choose anything else based on the experiences that I've had. Now, that said, whatever your belief system is, it needs to be one that gets you closer to your goals. It needs to be one that if you think about it and you lean into that higher power, you're able to go forward. It should be one that helps you think through every single obstacle and situation in your life in a way that you overcome it. And for most people, they think what they need is a strategy. But as someone who gives really good strategies, like I can tell you that if your belief system is not aligned with the goals you say you want out of your mouth, you will not take action. You won't. And if you don't take action, you will not get the results. And if you don't get the results, you start feeling bad about yourself. You start feeling bad about yourself. You start looking at all your problems as they're bigger than you. You start doing that. And all of a sudden, you can't climb mountains because you don't have any rope. And you don't have any rope because you don't believe you have any rope. You believe what you do, not what you say. The best part is when you can align what you say with what you believe, and you can start policing your thoughts and making sure that everything is in alignment. But you believe what you do, not what you say. If you believe this was going to be your best quarter of the year, you'd be working towards that. You'd be waking up happy. You wouldn't allow anxiety to like hold you back from even asking people to do business with you. If you believe you got the best programs and services and products and everything since sliced bread, if you believe that and you care about people, how can you not tell them about it? Like, it doesn't make sense. Whenever I buy something that's good, I cannot help but to tell people about it. I cannot help it. It's like, I just care about people too much not to tell them about it. Like, how could I do you the disservice of not telling you about what I have to offer? And me, I don't just tell y'all about what I have to offer. I read a good book, I tell y'all. My friends got good products, I tell y'all. I buy something that's great, I tell you guys. So like, anything that's good, you talk about. And so one of the things you may want to analyze for Q4 is, what do you need to adjust in your offer so that you do believe that it is exceptional? Do you need more testimonials? Go get them. Do you need to make sure that you have the lexicon to tell people why your offer is exceptional? Go do it. Do you need a roadmap? Do you need a coach to help give you that additional confidence of like, yo, this is really good. Or maybe you should change this and it'll be even better. Or based on what I'm seeing in the market, this is what you need to change. Like, what do you need in order to go to the next level? But I have something good for y'all too. If you're listening to this and this is helpful to you in the least bit, and you're like, yo, this is really good, I want Q4 to be the best quarter yet. I know that one of the things I want to get better at in Q4 is sales. I know that I want to be landing larger contracts. I know that I want to be using my voice to grow my business. Then I would invite you to join me in November, the beginning of November. So literally, you can come to this conference, Speak Your Way to Cash Live, and grow your business this year. It's the beginning of November. You still have all the rest of November and December to implement what you learn and get results. So what I would say is, like, if you are someone who knows this is what you want to do, then go to speakyourwaytocashlive.com and secure your ticket and get your ticket now. Platinum should be sold out. We may have one platinum ticket left, but literally we have a virtual ticket for $19.97, an in-person ticket for $24.97, and a platinum in-person ticket, which allows you to have lunch with me and also get access to the course from 2021. So if you can get the platinum ticket, get it. If it doesn't let you buy it, it is because it is already sold out. But I think there may be one left. But if it doesn't let you buy it, it's already sold out. Tonight by midnight, you can use code SUMMIT in order to secure your ticket. But look, y'all, I don't got a hard sell for you. I know this event is life-changing. 225 other speakers have already voted yes on changing their lives this year for Speak Your Way to Cash Live. Like, this is our biggest event ever. I don't think we've tripled what we had last year, but let me see. Maybe we have 80. Let's see. We're close. We're close to tripling the amount of people that came last year. That's wild to me. But, we went hard this year. And this is also a testament to what happens when you serve. Like, we served so hardcore this year. We had like free events and paid events and all the things. And we released the book and we talked and we did lives and we did the podcast. We showed up and served, and the proof is in the pudding. Obviously our revenue is doing really well this year, but more importantly than that, our clients are doing better. Like literally, when you show up and serve and give good information, you empower people to go out and get results. So us doing something every month allowed us to keep our information in front of our clients. We know our information is good. And so they're implementing because they're seeing the results. And so they're like, hey, I want to get in. Oh, I see Sarah having a win. I'm going to post a win. And so we're continuing to see results because of the way that we're implementing and growing our business and showing up and serving. And this is why execution is service. Like it is service. And so if you want to be a part of the movement that is Speak Your Way to Cash Live, go to speakyourwaytocashlive.com, and you have until tonight at midnight to use code SUMMIT in order to get I think it's just down to 5% off of your ticket price. Okay. And so this is for October 3rd. So it's October 3rd today, like October 3rd at midnight. That's it. You have till October 3rd at midnight to use code service. Yeah, VJ, it's going to be amazing. So we got it's off the chain. Like it's literally off the chain. We're shipping out boxes late this week or early next week for all those who are coming. So they'll be getting their welcome boxes. Like if you don't have your ticket yet, I don't know what you're doing, but everybody can't be wrong. So join the hundreds of speakers that have already said yes to changing their lives through this opportunity. Go to speakyourwaytocashlive.com, use code SUMMIT. You have until midnight to use that code. And look, y'all, some of y'all are waiting around like, oh, I'll have time to buy my ticket. You won't. You won't. Like all ticket sales are going to end shortly. We're almost sold out of in-person seats, period. We've already had to expand the amount of people that we were having in the ballroom twice. Originally, we only released 150 tickets. Those sold out months before the event. So we made sure we got the room reconfigured to fit some more people, but we cannot do that again. So we are at the end of our rope in terms of capacity. But if you know you need to be in the room, then be in the room. Be in the room and tag someone that needs this message, that needs to be in the room, that needs to get their ticket, not to meet me, but to meet the highest version of them, to meet the CEO that's going to run the multi-million-dollar company that you're forming right now. But to recap, y'all, the way that you're going to have the best Q4 that you've ever had is, one, by getting clarity on your goals, your revenue goals, what you want to learn, as well as your team goals. Two, by committing or recommitting to those goals. And three, by seeing execution as service and showing up every day to serve your people. And above all else, you need to believe that any problem that you have in your business, and really any problem that you have in your life, if you interpret it well, is giving you an opportunity to develop a new skill set. That problem has the potential to become a skill that you put in your back pocket and you use to continue to grow and elevate both your brand as well as that of your clients. So I want to see you all joining me at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. I know it's going to be an incredible off-the-chain experience. In a few, I'm going to go off the grid a little bit to like just totally prepare and get ready to serve the incredible speakers that are coming. And I want you to be a part of that. Additionally, you all stay tuned. We're going to do a pre-party for Speak Your Way to Cash Live. We'll be announcing that this week. So you'll want to stay connected to the community. We're not done serving yet. And for everyone who has like attended a summit, a challenge, a webinar, who's come into the live event, who has been engaged in our content, who's bought our book or bought it for a friend, I just want to say thank you. I love the work that I do. I'm 100% committed to growing this community and getting our message out to the masses so that you all can win and win consistently. So thank you for allowing me to serve in this capacity. I will see so many of you at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. If you got any value out of this video, go ahead and share it with a friend, tag them in it, send the link to somebody, do whatever you need to do. Let's get this message out there. And Speak Your Way to Cash fam, as always, we are here to help you monetize and magnify and get your message out to the masses. Talk to y'all soon. All right, wasn't that interview amazing? If you're anything like me, you have pages full of notes. But here's the thing. Before you head out, I want you to go to facebook.com and join the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group. That is where I am. That's where a ton of other speakers are, a ton of other people who listen to the show. We all congregate there and chat. and it's 100% free. Now, if you're ready to take your speaking career to the next level, I have 2 ways for you to do that. One, you can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com/SYWTC live replay and pick up the live replay. That training is 7 modules, chock full of information. It's crazy. Go over there, read all about it. Or if you want a more personal experience, you already know that you want to be a speaker, you're ready to fully commit, and you want someone to walk you through it and save you tons of time Googling and doing it on your own, then book a VIP day with me. You can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com, scroll down until you see the VIP day section, and get more information on that there. All right. Thank you guys again for watching. Please do not forget to leave us a review. That is how we keep this train rolling and get some of the best speakers in the world to get on this show. So please, please, please leave a review. Shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and Facebook in the Speak Your Way to Cash group, Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show, and I'd be more than happy to chat with you and say hi. All right, y'all have an awesome, awesome day.